Good morning, Keza. Lovely to have you here. I can see you almost. We're here for our daily Lenormand card spread reading, and I'm Ros Boundy Psychic Medium. And here we go. I'm going to actually shift through fairly quickly this morning. I have something else I need to be actually doing very soon. So good morning, Nat. I forgot to say good morning, Nat. So here we go on to our cards. So tune into your psychic senses so that you're connecting with your spiritual guidance in whatever way you do. Okay, here we go. And you will see that it's a little bit bare on the table because I actually did go and wash the cloth and it's still hanging out on the line. So at the moment, that's what's happening there. And here we go from Akona. Lovely name, beautiful name. Now this is streaming to my YouTube channel, my Ros Boundy page, my Ros Boundy profile, and the mytimetv.live Facebook. Do you call them channels, pages, wherever that is on Facebook, and also to the Body Soul app. So we're going to be looking at these cards now. I'm going to have a bit of difficulty picking them up because on the cloth it allows me to pick them up easily. I don't have very long fingernails, so it makes it a little bit awkward. Here's our card. Learning is a gift even when pain is your teacher. And certainly I can speak from experience with the pain factor because of breaking a wrist just over a year ago. And it certainly taught me different ways of doing things while I was in plaster and all of that type of thing. So there's that beautiful owl just sitting there on that stump and contemplating. So, and a good morning to Lynn. Lovely to see you here. And we've got Karen. Good morning, Karen. It is lovely to see you there. And you've got such a beautiful photo there. I love it. And Kerry Ann, gorgeous. So many beautiful people joining in. Thank you. And to those who are on the Body Soul app. Now, here we go with that spread. I nearly forgot. I do read a card from the Inner Soul Guidance Oracle deck too, which is the Lion. It is a bit hard to pull it up. So there is that. It's just to show off that gorgeous gilding on this deck. So your inner roar empowers you. It offers you strength to overcome your hurdles. And we certainly are stronger than we think. We just need to put it in action. Just be you. Be that lion. The energy is within. Okie dokies. And here comes Michaela. Good morning, Michaela. Lovely to have you here too. On the actual live. Because sometimes you do miss it, don't you? You have to watch the replay. So here are is our spread that's using these cards, the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck by Sarah Marchetti. Very interesting spread this morning because I felt that freedom, that release as I saw this key one in the home space this morning. I thought, wow, there's so much that we can actually open with our key. Whether you've got some things locked away that you need to get out, dust off and sort through, whether it's just even those emotions that you're needing to set free so you can acknowledge them and say, yay, yes, it is okay, and have that beautiful blossoming being set free, because that is a rose right there in the center. So the key is actually in your hand, and that's what you need to feel, the energy of that release or locking away even. I mean, sometimes we do need to set some things into a safe space and lock it. But in general, this is showing the open door. So set things free that you know that you need to actually let go of and bring them into the open light, into the freedom of the fresh air. And straight away my thing went to the masks are off. So hopefully our change of state government may release that as part of what they're going to do. And, well, it could be announced today, who knows. So many ways that you can use a key. Okay. And here we go with Shell. Good morning, Shell. You got let go today, and will your luck change? Well, it certainly will with that intention. So, but we are tuning into a general card spread reading this morning. I don't do the nice. Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? Len, I don't do the general individual card pulls this morning. This is just for this spread. Interpret how you need to for your life circumstances. So we're moving from that release and letting go, opening up, setting free, that type of thing, with our home space. Remember, this is our home space and our close family friends. We're moving over to the workspace, and we've got a very young male. A young man is sitting there on his chair contemplating, looking back a little, because I do consider this is looking back and the forward is the other way. Sort of like the past, present, future, but it's not stuck in concrete, you know. So the energy that I'm actually feeling around the young man is a thoughtfulness. So good morning, Kim. Lovely to have you with us, even if it's as you're driving to work. So bring some thoughtfulness to your workspace. And because it is the rose there, a single rose that gives that impression of love, because that's what we as our humanness like, it is a fairly common way of indicating love is that single rose and something that's really special. Bring in something that is special to your workspace. Remember something that you really love and enjoy about what you're doing, and have that being part of that energy you're feeling through the day as you're working through probably what might be a little bit more on the mundane stuff. But bring forward that you remember as the wonderful times at work, that brings you the joy, so that you can continue that as part of that energy through your day-to-day. He's looking back over through, because what I do with these cards is read them in the row and the column as well. I just remembered. I forgot to do the summary of what we've got in each space too for the spreads. Here's me assuming that all of you would know what this spread is. Good morning, Sarah, as I'm pretty sure Sarah would know by heart now. So we'll just quickly do the quick overview. We've got key in the home space. This is the home space energy. On the right where this young man is, it is the workspace. So that's where we're looking at that base energy, or the home space. I call it base energy because in a different thing. Yeah. The moon here up the top is actually the unexpected energies in the day. The young lady at the bottom of the cross is our role. That's what that energy represents in this cross spread. And right in the center, where it's that pivot, the central position or outcome card, that's where the birds are. So as I've just gone through the key that's in the home space and explaining that first up, in my eagerness, because I love doing this, as you know. So here we go. From that release in the home space, we're looking at the workspace with the young man in it. And it really is that thoughtfulness that we're bringing, and those wonderful, loving memories of some of the times and situations in our work we've had in the past, but bringing it into our experience of today, so that we can bring that loving joyfulness into our workspace. So it's having that energy there as we move through the day, and seeing that the young man is looking back over past into, through that communication, the birds. It really is a lovely energy to have flowing through, because it is that, looking at how to communicate and things. In our in our unexpected space, we have the moon, and it's bringing back some of what can be that repetition and the cycles of what we experience, but it's also bringing it back out of that is the dark side, the shadows, our more, the feminine energy rising, that softness, that beautiful silvery glow of what we feel as magic almost. So we'll have a sprinkle of that in our day to day as well. on either the work or the home space, of course, because this is above, remember, and the fact that it is, the stars, the moon, all of that that's in the cosmos is continually present in our lives, even though we can't see it, because it is that overarching energies that are surrounding us and part of what the Earth atmosphere exchanges with the cosmos each and every day, each and every moment, second, nanosecond. So just feel into that beautiful softness of energy as you're moving through your day, and have an awareness for when it does pop in its strength, when it's almost like a moonbeam honing in and showing you what needs to be gently nurtured or having that touch of magic on it through the day. And wonderful. So Sarah, you've done the numerology, because I haven't. I don't always do that. I'm going to show this. So both rows are equal to 10, which is basically 1, bringing it to a new journey, and the Lion card, which is the 7. And so it's a meaning of Fritz backwards. Did you see my Fritz comment? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So moving from that unexpected energy, we have got the young lady here. And I'm just going to see if I can move that focus, that zoom down a little bit. Whoops. Whoop. That's the finger on the button, isn't it? So here we've got the young lady. So we have both the energies of the masculine, feminine, and they are both sort of looking into the past and reflecting on what has been those loving moments, because we've got the rose, that single rose here as well. So that being underneath the birds, I do feel that because there's this positioning of the both male and female in the young energies of, they are the younger ones compared to having the mature man, woman that this deck holds, I do feel it's that it's a beginning of more wonderful communications between the man, woman, the masculine, feminine, finding that balance even within ourselves, because we have got that moon energy in the unexpected that's going to bring those moments of where we are going to be that more feminine, tapping into our more feminine energies, our more feminine side for the day today, because that is the card that's in the position of our role. So it is bringing in that is the gorgeous nurturing energies, and really spending time listening and speaking with each other. It's the communication. We've got the birds right in the center. It's not the gossipy stuff. It is being able to ask each other questions so that we can better understand each other, to actually listen when there's something that's needing to be shared, because each and every one of us wants to be heard. So spend that time of balancing what we are saying to each other and how we are listening to each other, that we are actually being heard. Okay, so that we're not just breezing it over. And it's funny that these cards came out as they have, because it is going to unlock some beautiful loving energy in our home space when we do this, bringing this all together as communication, and some of what may have been hiding in the dark for a long time coming out in the nurturing way, and with the softness, not just the wham with the sun energy and having the bright light on it all at once. It's going to almost trickle in like it is those moonbeams coming in and being able to be gently nurtured into understanding, into that level of communication that goes beyond just chatting away with each other, but going into more depth and the inner realms of the deeper understanding. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to just call it deep meaningfuls. So, not too many of the blokes, the boys, liked doing DNMs, as in deep meaningfuls. They'd just go off and play their football, that type of thing. So I'm really feeling that sense of depth in this today. So tap into those energies that are allowing you to bring that strength of understanding. Have your roar, have your say, but in a loving and gentle way, because there are 3 roses in this spread. 1, 2, 3. 3 is a great number for me in my numerology. It's the day I was born on, was the 3rd. So 3 strikes you out with a ball game as far as baseball, softball, all that type of stuff. There's so much significance in really giving it a go today and allowing that flow. I'm trying to find where my button is back to my single. That's it. It really does have some significance today in bringing that loving energy. You know, make sure that your heart is the basis of what you're communicating today, that you are coming from that space and place of love and understanding and allowing that each of you need to be talking to each other and listening to each other, having that interaction that really does bring in understanding. And that's the home space and the workspace as well. If there is some angst in any point of your day through the day, bring in that love. And just picture this card spread that is here as, there's so many, the rose. If you stop and smell the roses, if you have the chance to actually have some roses on your desk, even if it's only the one single bud or somewhere that you can see it through your day today. Unfortunately, my beautiful little miniature roses are not in bloom at the moment. I've only got the 3, there you go, 3 pots with 3 miniature roses. There you go. I'm admitting to my thing with 3s. Yeah, but that's good too. Oh, good morning, Rosie. You're on the banks of the Darling River in New South Wales today. What is the river like up that ways? I only know the Murray. I haven't been up the Darling, I don't think. So wonderful that you're travelling again. And Keza, thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone, from Keza. And you're loving the cards today. It was just that release I felt as I saw the key, that cage being open with that beautiful rose in it. That was the start of a beautiful spread. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Keza. And Sarah saying, yes, they're beautiful cards, and for everyone to have a wonderful day with love. Absolutely with love. So I shall leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Spread the word that there is this on in the mornings if you think it would be meaningful and useful for any others to join in. What's today is, I'm losing track of days already, Tuesday. So it's only a few days before Leanne and I head off to Renmark for our weekend of psychic readings. So keep an eye out for those posts and share with others if they're in that area and would like readings. And that sounds awful. Yeah, I'll just do that. Just keep an eye on that. I'm just going to put that one up very quickly. Okay, so that's prayers for. Sorry, I went and flipped the button off a bit too quick. So the man you've known for 40 years is having a colonoscopy today. Pray's okay, and they don't find bowel cancer. Over the past few months, he's been reaching out more and more. Yes, I do know the experience of colonoscopy, and instead of having, clear, I do know the experience of being told, yes, you've got a bowel cancer. It's not a death sentence. It's something that can be dealt with and managed afterwards. I did have the bag afterwards, which was a very big surprise. And that's the now I can't remember. Anyway, it's an ostomy bag, the Ilio one. It's long enough ago that I've forgotten how to pronounce the word. There you go. So, look, it's all something we do pray for him, Rosie, and that they do find anything, that as they do the colonoscopy, it will be clear. Okay. And Renna, good morning to you. You're a little bit distracted, slept in, so school lunch rush. What I did when my children were growing up and of the school age, as soon as I could teach them how to do their own lunches, that's what they did. They had to pack it or they'd go hungry. The other thing is, though, we lived straight across from the school too, so it wasn't as big a deal. They could come home for lunch if they had to. And Rosie, yes, lots of water in the Darling River. Oh, that's good to know. All the rivers, a creek, are full in New South Wales. Oh, what can you? I do have a friend I know who has been rowing for charity from the top of the river down to the mouth, and I think she's not far away from the completion of her journey. Hi, Glennis. And thank you, Kim, for letting us know you're at work safely. Wonderful. Thank you. And have a great day, everyone. And, oh, Rosie, your mum died of bowel cancer and his younger brother's very sick with it. Well, it certainly is different for absolutely everyone. We do, each and every one of us have a different story. I was very lucky that it was found for me in early stages. It was found too late in my dad. And I don't know if that's what he died from or just old age. Look, we each have our time here on earth in this lifetime. It is how we live it that brings us forward into our own experiences, isn't it? So I do pray for each of them, and it's sad that your mum died of it. And, oh, Michaela, wonderful little hearts there, and I dare say that's for you too, Rosie. So thank you, Michaela, and each and every one of you as you move around and about through your day today. So move through with love in your heart, bring it out, let it blossom like those roses, honestly, and bring joy to your environment, just in whatever way that you can. It doesn't have to be raucous and extroverted type laughter and carrying on or all that sort of thing in the joy that we express. It's having that absolutely wonderful feeling inside from that loving space that we just bring out and be who we are. Continue to be the best you that you can be, and it's just going to, make it the best day. And yes, for Michaela, thank you for the reading and the prayers for Rosie and Rosie's friend. Yes. Thank you. Be the best that you can be and as loving as you can be. And we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.